Inside the state capitol, the California legislature apologizing for holding Japanese Americans at internment camps during World War II. It's an apology more than 7 decades in the making. Fox 40's Doug Johnson was there as it happened at the Capitol. He joins us now live in the studio with more on the significance of that apology. Doug.
Well, Eric, you might remember the federal government apologized for Executive Order 9066 back in 1976. However, the attack on Pearl Harbor and even several decades before that, the state legislature did pass several laws which targeted Japanese Americans and Japanese migrants. But that's why lawmakers today wanted to pass this resolution on the state level to apologize.
Those rights were taken away from us just in a snap of a finger.
84-year-old Mario Tsukamoto remembers life inside a Japanese internment camp.
We didn't like our rooms, we didn't like the food, we didn't like the conditions, but we could go out and play.
She was just 5 years old on December 7th, 1941.
A date which will live in infamy.
We had nothing to do with it. My grandparents had left Japan in the 1890s.
When President Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, Tsukamoto says her family had to leave everything at their farm in Florin behind. But she says they were lucky.
Because somebody named Bob Fletcher was an honest and honorable man. He worked the farm, paid the taxes, paid the mortgage for our farm, Mr. Okamoto's farm, and Mr. Nita's farm.
Tsukamoto spent the war interned at the Jerome Relocation Center in Arkansas. But even after the war, she says life was not easy for many Japanese Americans who were only given bus fare to return home afterward. Many had nothing left to return to.
And there were people that committed suicide because they had no place to go.
This House needs to acknowledge its past mistakes.
While Japanese internment was a federal issue, Assemblymember Albert Murachuchi says the California legislature did pass bills which mistreated Japanese Americans.
A Senate resolution that called for the dismissal of the firing of all Japanese American state employees.
That's why he authored a resolution apologizing for past state leaders' unjust laws against Japanese Americans. Tsukamoto was one of several internment camp survivors on the assembly floor for today's emotional vote, a moment she says she was thinking of her family and all the others who were sent to those camps with her.
I thought about people like my parents and the soldiers in the 442 that fought so hard, and I thought to myself, they would be proud.
Now, if you're wondering why today, it's because yesterday was the 79th anniversary of FDR signing that executive order. And both the California lawmaker and the internment camp survivors you just heard from say the thing that worries them the most is history repeating itself. And they certainly drew a lot of similarities between Japanese internment and the separation of migrant families trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border today. In our studio, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you so much. And right now, Governor Newsom is